Today I'm going to talk in this video about 5 powerful teas to lose weight, deflate, deflate, and lose measurements. Well, folks, I'd like to ask those of you who can't stand to see the numbers on the scale anymore. This tea is for you. Start right here, subscribe to our channel, click on the little bell to activate notifications, leave your like, and send this video to everyone you know, especially that friend who is overweight. Okay? Guys, teas have been used for millennia, both in Chinese and Arabic medicine, and endorsed by Hippocrates himself, the father of modern medicine. And with the biodiversity of medicinal plants that Brazil has, science has been looking more and more into these natural remedies so that we can understand them better, so that we can have scientific confirmation to know how these natural remedies work in the body. I mean, plants aren't just grandma's remedies, right? But let's get straight to the point. Let's talk about the teas that kill swollen bellies. And the first is very well known to moms. It's often used for baby colic. It's a gas reliever for babies and adults too. This is fennel tea. Fennel tea is also known as fennel, which is the bulb of the plant. And it's also used in cooking. Some people season it. I season it with fennel. And in case you didn't know, it's an anti-inflammatory plant that you can use to the full. Fennel is very rich in a natural anti-inflammatory substance called quercetin. Many people have quercetin formulated. As well as being used for colic in babies, it is also consumed for menstrual cramps. You can take it before and during your period. It's a drink rich in flavonoids, malic acid, caffeic acid, bioactive compounds with digestive and laxative properties, and what's more, it helps against gas, being carminative and spasmolytic. All this is thanks to one of the active principles, especially one of the main substances, which is anethol. There is evidence that this anethol, together with the flavonoids present in fennel, have an estrogenic effect, even relieving menopausal symptoms such as hot flushes, headaches, and difficulty sleeping. So here's a very good tip. Women who don't want to or can't use hormone rest, due to a family history of breast cancer, here's fennel tea. It can help you control those menopause symptoms. In addition to its bioactive compounds, fennel tea also contains a large amount of vitamin C and antioxidants, which are agents that protect our bodies against the harmful action of free radicals. This is why fennel tea can improve immunity. The malic acid in fennel helps to improve the acidity of the stomach, promoting digestion, fighting nausea, gastric ulcers, and also helping to improve the absorption of nutrients. It also relieves fluid retention due to the presence of potassium. So you can get rid of bloating with fennel tea. Now on to the recipe, right? The recommendation is that you infuse it with water. You'll need a cup of water, around 150 to 200 ml, and take a tablespoon of fennel. You boil the water and pour the fennel into the boiling water. 1 tablespoon, right? After the water has boiled, you don't boil anymore. Cover it and leave it to infuse for about 10 minutes. Then strain and serve. Just be careful with too much, because too much can cause nausea, drowsiness, vomiting, and allergic reaction in the respiratory system or on the skin. Fennel also contains a substance called coumarin, which is known for its blood-thinning anticoagulant effect. That's why it's not suitable for people who are also taking anticoagulant medications such as Marevan or Xarelto. People who are allergic to aniseed or the anetholic compound should also avoid it. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should also avoid it. Those taking iron supplements should not use fennel either, as it can interfere with iron absorption. Women with breast cancer should also avoid it, because it can influence the treatment of the tumor. The second tea is green tea. The second tea to reduce bloating, to deflate, slim down, deflate. The Japanese drink green tea every day, and this drink is associated with good health and longevity. Green tea is full of catechins, powerful antioxidants that fight free radicals and promote a long life. It also contains a little caffeine, which contributes to mental health, producing a state of alertness. Green tea has a special substance, L-theanine, which produces in a contradictory way relaxation and more focus. In other words, drinking green tea during the day makes you more alert, but L-theanine makes you sleep better at night. But green tea has to be taken during the day, okay? If you drink it at night, you won't sleep. So the substances in green tea help to reduce body fat and reduce weight. Human studies show an increase in energy expenditure of around 4%. You burn 4% more calories, and lipid oxidation, which turns fat into gas. All this with the consumption of green tea due to its thermogenic effect. However, research is not yet conclusive about the dose needed to achieve these effects. Green tea has polyphenols that inhibit the action of an enzyme called hepatic microsomal catechol O methyltransferase. When the action of this enzyme is blocked, thermogenesis increases, right? So green tea inhibits this enzyme and you burn more fat. This drink also acts on the composition of fats in the body. Preliminary studies indicate that one of the catechins most present in green tea is epigallocatechin galate, which is also found in aloe juice. This enzyme stimulates various enzymes that act on fat metabolism and increases the breakdown of fat cells, which means that fat is better utilized by the body. Green tea also ensures satiety. Research indicates that catechins interact with leptin receptors, which is the hormone that makes you not feel hungry, a hormone related to satiety. This means that drinking tea in the recommended quantities ensures that you consume the necessary amount of food, preventing binge eating. Ideally, you shouldn't consume more than 600 ml of green tea a day, so consume as much as you need. So, is there any trick to drinking green tea? It's important not to let the water boil. So how do you do it? You put the water on the fire and wait until the first bubbles start to appear. Then you add a tablespoon of green tea leaves to the water. You then turn off the heat and leave it there for 5 to 10 minutes in a container with a lid. Afterwards, run and drink. The third biggest belly killer is turmeric tea. Turmeric is a powerful spice that is always present in my classes as it blocks the action of substances that oxidize and deteriorate cells. Turmeric is a powerful spice that can reduce the release of substances that cause inflammation and can reduce histamine, which, as well as causing allergies, is an inflammatory compound. So if you have rhinitis, sinusitis, pharyngitis, or allergies, it's wonderful. And you probably already know this, but it's worth repeating. The more inflammation, the slower your metabolism, and the more fat you accumulate. Because you might think, what does anti-inflammatory saffron have to do with reducing fat? The more obese you are, the more inflamed you are. If you deflate it, you'll make it easier to lose weight. Turmeric will help alleviate this process, especially because of its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant action. You can use turmeric as a spice or especially when preparing food, or you can consume it as a tea. Here's my nutritionist's recipe, okay? Ingredients. You'll need a liter of water and a dessert spoon of turmeric powder, or a 2-finger piece of the plant, the root, cut into thin slices. What are you going to do? Bring these ingredients to the boil and let them simmer for no more than 5 minutes. When it has boiled with the water, after this time has elapsed, turn it off, cover it, and let it cool down. The tip is to take it twice a day, okay? If you use powder, the taste may be a little more concentrated. If you're not used to it yet, try the root to get you started, okay? The fourth tea is cinnamon stick tea. Cinnamon is my favorite because it can be in every meal, even afternoon tea. It has been studied extensively in medicine because of its coumarin. So, coumarin is a substance that thins the blood slightly and speeds up blood circulation. So the faster the circulation, the faster the metabolism. Cinnamon also has the ability to control blood glucose, which makes it an important spice for people with type 2 diabetes. Another benefit of cinnamon is that it helps control insulin, the hormone that when in excess slows down your metabolism. So my friends, let's eat cinnamon on a daily basis. Cinnamon, I can't eat a banana without cinnamon. Banana and cinnamon, papaya and cinnamon. Every fruit has to have cinnamon. So look, you're going to drink cinnamon tea twice a day. How do you make it? You take a dessert spoon of cinnamon bark and a cup of water. To make the cinnamon tea, you boil the water and add the barks. Keep the barks boiling for a while so that you can start to release the medicinal properties of this delicacy. You'll notice when the water starts to turn brown, which means the tea is well concentrated. Strain the drink and it's ready to drink, okay? And then we come to my fifth ingredient on the list of fat melters and metabolism boosters. And I'm talking about the versatile ginger. Ginger has gingerol, which is a natural appetite suppressant. It also improves digestion, reduces swelling and size, has high anti-inflammatory power, and can be a natural remedy to take after meals. To make the tea, you can use 2 to 3 centimeters, cutting off the sliver of ginger you'd use 2 centimeters for a cup of water, right? 2 centimeters for a cup of water. Dayan, what is the preparation? The ginger has to be washed. Then it has to be sliced or grated. Then you boil the water, and when the water is boiling, you add the ginger and leave it covered over a high heat. Let the ginger cook with the water for 8 to 10 minutes. Then you turn it off, cover it, and wait for it to cool down, okay? You should always drink this tea after meals, especially after lunch. And a very interesting fact is that research published in the Journal of Pain showed that 2 grams of ginger a day helps relieve chronic and acute pain. Ginger is anti-inflammatory. Love to you guys.